Hi, I'm Cassidy, and today we're going to show you how to do a short haircut. So we're going to cut like 8 inches off of her hair. She wants it like right up to her collarbone, right below her shoulders. So we are going to get started. We just washed her hair. We're just going to spray some products in it, some leave-in. And then we are going to spray a blow-dry volumizer right on her roots.
What brand is that?
This one is It's a 10 as well. This is Kenra blow dry spray. I'm gonna spray this one really quick, and it's also heat protectant. Okay, so first I'm gonna part her hair off. So this is where she parts it, and I'm just gonna part it off. And then I'm gonna part it right behind her ear. So just pull my comb down and right behind her ear and push all of that forward. And comb everything else back. And then do that same thing on this side. Just part it straight down, right behind her ear, and comb everything back. Okay, once you do that, you're gonna have them look straight down so that you can get all the underneath pieces, and just make sure everything's smooth. And you always wanna start a little bit longer than you think, because when it dries, it will be a little bit shorter, and we don't wanna go too short. So we're just gonna comb it straight down, and we're just gonna start a little bit longer. We're gonna start right there and cut off like about 7 inches. And just go straight across.
Are you scared, Kaylee? No. Are you excited?
It's gonna be so cute. Comb it down. Just do the whole back straight across. Okay, once we get that length, then she can just put her head normal. And then I'm gonna use these hairs that I just cut in the back as my guide. So I'm gonna add these front pieces in. Now I'm gonna use that guide to cut the sides. So I'm just gonna come right here, and I can see those short pieces, and I'm gonna cut straight across again. And when I get to the front, I'm gonna have her tilt her head the opposite way. That way you can get all the hair by her ear too. Make sure you got everything, and comb it straight down. Got it. Okay, you can put your head straight. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm just gonna find that guide that I did, cut it straight across, bring it over to the side, just follow that same guide, and then have her tilt her head the opposite direction. Comb it straight down. Okay, once I have that all the same length, then I'm gonna comb it all straight back. so that she doesn't have a part, so we can make sure no matter where she parts it, it will all be the same length everywhere. So I'm just gonna take all of it.
You guys have to see this on the floor. Look at that long hair.
So just comb it all straight back. And will you look down again? And I'm just making sure that it's all the same length. So there's just like little pieces that sometimes get lost, so. And then I'm gonna comb it all to this side. Since she parts over here, I'm gonna switch the part and comb it all this way. Make sure that it's all the same length on this side. And now you tilt your head that way. And then just to be sure, I'm gonna comb it all the other way. Okay, and tilt your head this way. I'm gonna part it back where she wants it. Does that look right? Okay. Okay. Now at this point is when I'm gonna go through and blow dry it, and then once it's dry, we're gonna go through and do that same thing and check it all once it's dry. Because sometimes when it's wet, you miss some pieces. So we're gonna go through and just blow dry it all, and then we'll come back and make sure it's all straight everywhere. Now that her hair is all dry, we're gonna go through and make sure it's even. She also told me that she wants it just a little bit shorter. So while I'm checking it, I'm just gonna go another 1/2 inch shorter. So I'm gonna do that same thing, parting it off right behind her ear and pushing that forward and combing the rest back. And then over on this side, forward and combing the rest back. Okay, will you look down? Okay, so I'm just gonna comb it straight down, and I'm just gonna go another 1/2 inch. Following that same guide all the way around. Okay, I'm going to come over on this side.
Do you sharpen your shears?
Probably about every 3 to 4 months.
And do you have them done professionally, or do you do it yourself?
Yes, yeah, there is some local people that have like vans that come by salons, and they just sharpen them for us.
For regular people though, how would they sharpen their own shears, or do they take them in somewhere?
There's places, yeah, like hardware stores and stuff have places. They do it.
How often, with someone at home, need to sharpen there since they're not cutting, you know, lots of hair?
Yeah,
every day?
probably just like once a year,
Yeah.
honestly, if you aren't cutting hair every single day. Okay, I'm just gonna part her hair off a little bit just because she has a ton of hair, so I just wanna make sure it's all even. So I'm just gonna part it and we look down again. I'm just gonna make sure that we get it all the same length. Okay, drop that. Just make sure. Yeah,
Her hair is so thick, so you recommend sectioning it off?
Yes, yeah.
If it's really
Just
thick?
to, yeah, just to
Make
double
sure.
check, yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring that around to the sides, make the sides even. So I'm just gonna tilt just a little bit, perfect. Comb that straight down, just grab those pieces.
Looks so shiny.
And then I'm just gonna comb this back, and if you comb this back and down, you can see like underneath pieces that were missed. So just make sure to comb it in every direction to get those pieces.
So so her hair is kind of flipping out right now. If she wants it to flip under, is that easy to do like after it's cut?
Yeah, most of it is from the blow drying is why, but yeah, like just straightening those ends would, yeah, do it.
Is it easier to cut it if it's flipping out like that? Looks like you're kind of guiding it that way.
Yeah, it just kind of naturally does that when I comb down. It just kind of flips it a little bit just because her hair is really straight, yeah. So it just naturally kind of flips like that.
But that's normal, or is that
it's
person by person thing?
It's pretty normal, but yeah, kind of depends on your hair texture. Okay, and then I'm gonna check the front, make sure it's even. Look at me. And just make sure when you comb it down. I'm also gonna look in the mirror and check it.
What do you think, Kaylee? Look at it.
So cute. Okay, and I'm gonna switch her part like we did when it was wet and comb it all this way. And you can see there's those long pieces, and it was just because her part was on the other side. So we're just gonna cut those off, and it doesn't change the length, but it just makes it even everywhere. And then comb it straight back and do the same thing. Make sure there's no pieces, and then comb it all this way.
Is it easier for you to cut hair wet or dry?
I like to do it both ways. It's easier to get the length that you want when it's wet, but then if you do it wet, you do have to do it dry as well to make sure. You can just cut it dry if you're just like trimming it, but it's easier to get the length that you want when it's wet. And then dry it from there. Okay, did you want to add a little bit of texture?
Sure.
Okay, so now we're just going to switch to thinning shears, and we don't want to add any layers or anything, but we just want to soften it a little bit because now it's just really blunt because it's so healthy. So we're just going to soften these ends. So I like to comb it down, and I'm going to take like a triangle section. So take that and then this and comb it straight out. And then pull it straight out and kind of angle your hand a little bit and make sure that this bottom layer drops so that you're not taking length off, and just kind of glide your shears across that top layer. And I'm gonna do that same thing all the way around. And I'm gonna add a little piece of that section I just did so that I have a guide. So do that and then grab some more over here, pull it straight out, make sure pieces drop, and then take that angle right there. And then take one of those pieces, add some more. And then once you get to in front of the ear, you don't want to do that same thing because there's a lot of hair missing from here to here compared to the back. So we don't want to put a hole in it. So I'm just going to grab the top section and just hold it out. And I'm going to hold it all the way back to the back instead of holding it out this way. I'm going to pull it all the way to the back and do it that way so we don't take length off. And then in the front, I'm just going to soften this edge in the front by holding it out and just doing a few cuts in the front to just soften that. Okay, and then I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. Take that same section that I just did in the back and add a little bit from this side. Once we get to the ear, grab the top section, pull it all the way to the back. And then soften this front. Okay, and then once I've done that, I'm just gonna take the whole top section and pull it straight up and make sure that it's all texturized. So just comb it straight up. And then that little point right there, I'm just gonna texturize that. Okay, so that just kind of adds a little bit, so it makes it easier to style.
It's pretty.
What do we think?
Okay.